Maybe you are going now through a not so good time in career life. So in this video, we'll see how to see those periods in the Navamsha and in the Dashamsa. A few surprising facts, like for example, 2nd and 10th house period not being very good for the person. Why? It should be nice because these are the central houses for the Dashamsa. We'll also look how to use the titles or the symbols to accentuate our success, which house is showing that. Also things like 11th Lord in 10, many people, especially those influenced by Western astrology, would say these are good periods, but we will notice what it gave for the person so you can also use it for your benefit. And some battle and communication yogas. What are those? How to spot them and how to use them for our benefits. So let's start with the first question. If you are preparing your band, your brand, or the project, anything which has to do with your identity, then you are probably looking at the various points in the chart to recognize what it could be. And if you are not doing right, then that thing is not resonating with the public, with the clients, with the people. Between 67 and 71, Sean Connery had a lot of flops. There were some successes, but really the big hit was in 71. This was named Diamonds Are Forever. And we will see that he has this Moon and Venus yoga. And this Venus especially is related to diamonds. So this is for the astrologer now the clean work. Now we have to research what is really activating here. Is it because of Moon is joining? Is it the Aruda? Because Aruda is also in the 10th house, enabling the person working in the entertainment industry because we have Mercury and Venus joining the Aruda. So to answer that, we have to go through a 10th house understanding. It is the noontime. It is also showing something external, what you are bringing to the public. So whatever is in your 10th house, this is your symbol which you can use to increase your visibility in the public. So if you have Jupiter in the 10th house, this may show flowers. If you have Venus in the 10th house, then it may show triangles. And if you have like Moon, then of course the Moon and things like that. Whatever you will know about the planets, then this you may use on as a branding, on your website, in your band and things like that. And then your 10th house will get stronger. And we see how this has beautifully worked in his life. Especially because this yoga, Moon and Venus in the 10th house, in our tradition, we are even calling that this is the diamond yoga. 11th house, we usually say it gains, 10th house is about work. So it should bring by that archetype connection, the gains from the work. And if it's not afflicted, it may be so because the 11th house is also sustaining that. We will look at this yoga from the perspective or reference points from the 11th house, then it is like going back. Right? Let's say you are seeing 4th house. So if 4th Lord is in the 3rd house, you are like going to the homeless state, symbolically, hopefully. If 7th Lord to 6, you are going from partnership to celibate. If 10th Lord is in 9th, you are going back to specialization. So it can push you back. In the Prashna Marga, for example, there is this shloka which compares the 10th and 11th, so gains or work. So we have those division there. There is also other concept of going back. For example, if your 7th Lord is in the 12th, you may go from established partnership back to dating. So you can see how those stages, depending where is the heading or direction of that arrow pointing. So especially this is negative if it is also triggered by negative yoga. We see here that for Sagittarius, this Venus is working in a similar way like Mars for Gemini Lagna, which is the 6th and 11th lords. So it is often triggering things, especially for Sagittarius. It may be a little bit covered or not so easy to spot because that planet is a benefic. If it has some dosha or affliction, like here Venus is debilitated, it may bring that battles or legal issues because it's 6th of conflicts and the other lordship 11th is about recognition, awards and things like that. So whenever that planet is, it will activate those things. 11th Lord is in 10th house. You have to go back to work and fight for your income, for your award, whatever you should get out of your work. And if there is a 6th Lord, then it may also involve some kind of conflicts or litigations. There should be conflicts definitely on the more we can call it karmic level. If that would really convert into the real manifestation, we should check a few more points, but definitely this is showing up. His long years or many decades, he was fighting with his producer about his compensation from the work. So he was always saying that he is not getting enough from his acting and that producers are basically ripping him off the money. So therefore, we can see how this big affliction in the 10th house here, because the 10th house is about the boss. 9th house is about the father, 10th house is about the boss, and this is very much afflicted. We have this kartari, we have these aspects, we have also the debilitation there. So remember, in the previous video, we were having Gemini Lagna, and Venus exalted was in 10th, and Mercury was debilitated. So Mercury was pushing this Venus down. Here we have the reverse situation, where that Venus debilitated is pushing the Mercury down. So because of those income matters and those conflicts, he was like rejected. He had a break from that Bond series he was initially famous for. So if you have this yoga and that 11th lord is afflicted in the 10th house, maybe you need to go back to that process of working, or you are going back to the project, to the company, to the boss, and you have some discussion about the compensation, about the income, about the award, or any type of outcome of your work, because that is all what 11th house is showing in your chart. Also, maybe if you have these yogas and they are afflicted, you need to compensate for that and be prepared that in these areas they could be some issues, and therefore you may be like more prepared. You may have all those paperwork ready, and you are basically securing those areas because you expect that there could be some black spots in your life. Now we want to use the Navamsha for it because it is giving us this additional layer of confirmation, but how to do it right. Because if you miss this Navamsha confirmation, then it can flip, it can cancel out the yogas you have in the main chart called Rashi. And why we need the Navamsha? Because it is showing that underlying karma. It is bringing those all things which are internal. Therefore, the moon and Atmakaraka are so important in the Navamsha. So many verses, shlokas in the traditional texts are about the moon and Atmakaraka in the Navamsha. So the natural conclusion is that the Navamsha is showing two things. It is not visible, but it is also something very important. So those karmic baggage is there. Therefore, it is bringing that big categories. Let's say you are going in some direction, but first we have to ask, are you in the proper country? Are you in the proper continent? Therefore, this Navamsha is showing up those broad categories. And if something is heavy there, then we know, oh, this is now going more serious. And if we open the Navamsha, we know that he was replaced. We can see it here. He was replaced in the Rahu, Mars, and Moon Ketu. So in the Navamsha, it was period related to fourth house in Mars and Ketu. In the fourth, this is because the fourth is the Maraka, the seventh from the 10th house. And the other Maraka is 11th. So planets which are in 11th or the fourth house, is my observation, may also show problem to one's work, like we can see here. This example here may be even more problematic because Mars and Ketu have 0 Digbala. They should be in the 10th house, but they are here in the 4th house. If anything is problematic in your Rasi chart, and additionally in the Navamsha, it is having a bad placement from the 10th house, or it is affecting 10th house in a negative way, like a Maraka. We'll see soon. The next point is about the other type of affliction in the Navamsha. Then you know that this is a confirmation of problems coming or problems existing. So what are the other ways the wealth problems may be shown in the Navamsha? We know that he started to feel the problem. It was in the Dasha related to the moon and the Venus. We can see it was in Rahu, Venus, Vimshotri Janma, Vimshotri Kevala was Moon, Jupiter, and in Dvisaptati samadasha it was Sun, Moon, and the Venus. So this Moon and Venus are repeating. And if we see the 10th house in the Navamsha, it is exactly lorded by Venus and Moon, but Venus is in the enemy sign in Leo, and Moon is in the 6th house. So inimical position of the 10th lord and the 6th house position, both those things are indicating enmity, but from the other point of view. Also, the enmity avashta, the enmity state, is not good for wealth. Even if you can earn a lot of money, this can still bring some kind of legal issues or some problems. Why we are using Navamsha? Again, if Rashi is there, it could be something small. You are like first time registered in the police. So you are like initial criminal. But if it's in the Navamsha, you have already like big papers for many lifetimes. So if that problem is coming, we know, oh, it's something more serious. We have to be ready for that. But luckily, it also goes the other way. If something good is confirmed in the Navamsha, it also increases the amount and confirms the level of the blessing. If your Rasi chart is triggering some information communications, some predictions about potential wealth problems, see it in the Navamsha. If that is additionally connected to the 10th house, either by Maraka, like we did in the first point, or here through Avashta of enmity, through sign or through 6th house, then there is one vote more that there could be some challenges in this matter. And you also check which planets will have those good impact on the 10th house in the Navamsha and in the Rasi chart, and then you know what remedy to use and when the benefit or change of a time will come. By the way, if you'd like me to read your chart in matters of health, relationship and career life, in which period you are and what we can do to enhance the positive and block the negative, you may book the consultation, and the link is in the description. Now we know that he was fighting with the boss, so naturally we will ask what are these battle yogas in the Dashamsa. So we have to go through two types of challenges. First of all, you would say Jupiter in 9th house in Sagittarius, it's perfect. We have to change the Dashamsa. It's not good, right? It doesn't reflect the reality, or astrology is not working, or the Dashamsa. We should just see the state of planets in the divisional charts, not the houses. Some Vedic astrologers are having this approach to the divisional charts. But here we see that Jupiter is giving results of the moon being in the Sagittarius. Because whenever planet is in own sign, it's giving results to Uchanata. So exaltation sign of Jupiter is Cancer, therefore moon is the Uchanata. But then you will say, yes, but moon is the planet of peace, especially in the Taurus. So it doesn't work. Again, we have another problem here. But Moon and Rahu, this yoga is responsible for battles. And in the 2nd house, this is the battle for wealth. In the another sign of Moon, we have two Maranakarakasthanas, Mars and Mercury. So this Mars and Mercury, in these dashas of Mars and Ketu, we can see that he was replaced there, right? In Mars and Ketu dasha, he was like, it was end of career or end for the project. Now, before we will go to the last question, most interesting one about 2nd and 10th, why they are giving the problem, because we know that he had a problem in Moon and Venus Dasha, right? This was the first time when he like complained to the newspaper about that. But why he didn't communicate that to the boss? Because they had a lot of communication issues. So how to see that? We will notice that he has in the Rasi chart, he has this Mercury in the 10th house. So this is the career house. But because Mercury is an own sign, we should again see which planet? Rahu. Because Mercury is exalted in the sign of Rahu, Virgo. Now, Rahu is in the 5th house. 5th house, if afflicted, also is showing problems with people in work. This is also a very important house to check. If you have any issues there, look for the doshas, look for the timing and remedies based on the 5th house. And why this is giving the problem with communication? Which yogas would show that? Is it Mars, right? You would say, oh, it's an Aries, so it's bringing communication problems. Is it having anything to do in the Navamsha or Dashamsa? We have to go here to a 2nd level of yoga formation, Trikona Yoga. We see that Saturn and Sun are in Trikona to that Rahu. And this Yoga Sun and Saturn, this is bringing off problem with communication. Now, how to confirm that in the Navamsha? If we will see Navamsha chart, then after that Rahu, which planets are after? Sun and Saturn. So again, after work, when it's time of talking about the income, we have that, I call it no eco yoga, right? So you are shouting in the forest something and you are not getting the response. It's like swallowed by that hole of nothingness. So this is the Sun and Saturn here, bad communication. And in the Rasi chart, we can see where it manifests. It is about the work, and this is about the recognition or award, because the Venus and Moon are in the 10th house. Okay, now the most interesting, let's go to the Dashamsa, and we see that all the problems started in the Moon and Venus. And in the 10th house, we have Venus here in the Dashamsa in the chart of work, and Moon is in the 2nd. So these are Artakona. So this should work. Why? In this time, especially if we see the Dvisaptati Samadasha here, Sun, Moon, and Venus, we can use Dvisaptati Samadasha because he has, in the Rasi chart, he has Ascendant Lord in the 7th. So when you have Ascendant Lord in the 7th or 7th Lord in the Ascendant, then according to super ancient text, Brihadarashara Shastra, you can use a special timing system called Dvisaptati Samadasha. It is quite accurate, especially if you use that Pratyantar Dasha. On that level, I have Chaturasiti Samadasha and Dvisaptati Samadasha. Pratyantar Dasha level in the Varga charts, it works wonders. It is very nice. And here we see that the whole problems were all related to that Moon and Venus. So why it is happening for this person? We have to go to the concept or zooming out. Whatever you are predicting, you first have to know what is the point of reference. Because the same planet may give blessing for one thing and may give problems for the other thing. For example, therefore, it is so challenging to time relationships if you don't know on which relationship you are, because you need to find that point of reference. If it's badly placed from that point, something bad will happen in that period. Similarly, your work type will also be reflected by some house. If you are working in business, it's 7. If you're working in freelance or contract job, it's 9. If you're employed, then these artakonas 10, 2nd, and 6th will be very important. So it's like sugar and salt. By itself, they are neutral, but their use will depend on the context. Are you putting the salt in the cake? Are you putting the sugar, too much sugar in something which should be a salty meal? Therefore, this context and here the point of reference can totally change if the period will be good or bad. And therefore, we cannot use here the standard 2nd, 10, and 6, especially for people like actors who are working on the contract basis. Now, if we'll take the 9th and 3rd as a point of reference, suddenly that Venus is a Maraka to the 9th. And that Moon is a Maraka to the 4. We know also that in the Rahu Mars, he was replaced, right? Replaced by Lazen Bai. In Rahu Mars, Mars is in the 4th. And also 3rd Lord in the 4th. So it is like ending of contract. So we can see that now suddenly the 4th and the 10th, these are like Maraka to this contract giving houses 3rd and 9th. So if you are timing, first you need to define your point of reference. Then your predictions will be much more specific, because you will know from which point you are measuring the period being good or bad. So for some people, this also may be translated into some form of remedy. If you have those periods and you are working in contract job and you really see that there are some problems, maybe if that will work for you, you can switch to be employed for some time till that period will end. And then when the 9th house will get activated in a positive way, you can go back to the contract. This is how we are aligning our activities to what planets are showing in our charts. Okay, so that will do for today. And if you like to see similar video, then please consider watching this one.